The old house loomed, dark and silent. It was my grandmother's home. Now it was mine. I stepped inside. The air was heavy. It smelled like dust and secrets. My footsteps echoed. The house creaked. I walked down a hallway. Pictures lined the walls. Faded faces stared back. At the end of the hall, a ladder hung. It led to the attic. A shiver ran down my spine. I hesitated. What was I afraid of? Taking a deep breath, I climbed. Each step groaned. The air grew colder. It smelled of mildew and decay. Finally, I pushed open the attic door. The hinges screamed. Light cut through the darkness. Dust swirled. Cobwebs hung everywhere. Shadows danced. I stepped inside. The door slammed shut. I spun around. My heart hammered in my chest. Was I trapped? No, it was just the wind. I told myself that. But fear had crept into my heart. I surveyed the attic. It was crammed with forgotten things. Trunks overflowed with clothes. Furniture lay draped in sheets. A rocking chair moved back and forth. Was it the wind? My gaze fell to a corner. Something glimmered. I walked over. It was a doll. It lay forgotten among a pile of discarded toys. Brushing away the dust, I picked it up. The doll was small. It wore a yellow dress. Its porcelain skin was cracked. But it was the eyes that startled me. They were a piercing blue. They seemed to follow my every move. I held the doll. A chill ran through me. Why did it feel so cold? The air grew heavy. It felt hard to breathe. I had to get out of the attic. I spun around. The attic seemed to press in on me. The shadows had grown longer. They seemed to writhe and twist. Were they closing in? I ran to the door. It wouldn't budge. I rattled the handle. It was stuck. Panic surged through me. I was trapped. Hours passed. The darkness deepened. I sat huddled in a corner, clutching the doll. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. Then I heard it. A whisper. My name. Softly at first, then louder. It seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. The shadows danced more violently. The rocking chair swayed faster. Something was here with me, something evil. The whispers grew louder. They swirled around me. My name echoed through the darkness. I squeezed my eyes shut. I had to be strong. It was just the wind, just my imagination. Suddenly, a cold wind slammed against me. The doll felt icy in my grasp. I opened my eyes. The shadows had transformed. They were alive. They reached out with long, spidery fingers. They clawed at me, their touch like ice. I screamed. My voice echoed through the empty house, but no one could hear me. I was alone. Section 6. The doll's gaze. I looked down at the doll. Its blue eyes blazed. They seemed to burn into me. A wave of nausea washed over me. I knew with chilling certainty that the doll was the source of the evil. I had to get rid of it. I threw the doll across the room. It hit the wall with a thud, but the whispers didn't stop. They grew louder, more insistent. The shadows swirled faster. I felt a presence behind me. Turning slowly, I saw it. A figure, tall and skeletal. It emerged from the shadows, its eyes burning like hot coals. Section 7. A desperate plea. Terror choked me. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't scream. I was paralyzed with fear. The figure glided closer. Its bony fingers reached for me. "Leave me alone," I finally choked out. My voice sounded small and weak. The figure stopped. It tilted its head as if considering my plea. Then it opened its mouth. A raspy voice filled the attic. "The doll," it hissed. "It binds you to me." Section 8. The curse revealed. "What do you want?" I whispered. My voice trembled. The figure pointed a bony finger at the doll. "The doll is cursed," it rasped. "A family heirloom, passed down through generations, each owner doomed to serve me." "Who are you?" I asked. My voice was barely audible. A gust of wind swirled around the figure. When it cleared, another figure stood behind it, an old woman. Her eyes, though faded with age, held the same unsettling blue as the doll's. It was my grandmother. Section 9. Trapped. She was supposed to destroy it, the old woman's voice was a mournful cry, but she failed. Now you are trapped. The figures began to fade, the shadows retreated, the whispers died down, the attic was silent, but the air remained heavy. The evil still lingered. I was trapped, bound to this house. The doll was gone. I searched everywhere, then I saw it, perched on a high shelf. Its blue eyes glinted in the darkness. They seemed to mock me. I was not alone. The curse lived on.